Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. And I'm going to get this show started. I missed the past few couple of weeks, but I had things going on, and I had family out here. We went to Disneyland for my godson and my niece's birthday, so it was just a lot of stuff going on. But I am back, you guys. Hey, Tia. Tia was out there. Hey, Coach Nita. I called you Coach Nita today. Let's see if I can remember to keep saying that, or if I'm going to call you your government name. We'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Hi, Sophia. Hi, sister. Shatia was first. Yes, Tia. Thank you. Hi, BFF. Hold on. Let me put Tiffany in. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey,
Are you?
I'm about to
What
drop my
name?
daughter off at church, and then I'm gonna be stationary.
Okay. What you want us to call you, Tiffany or Hershey?
Hershey.
Okay. So we have Hershey on tonight. We're going to get everything going though. So it's well, I was about to say juvenile. It's Gemini season. So happy birthday to all the Geminis in this world. Hopefully you guys are being on your best behavior because we know that you guys are up and down and all around. So happy birthday to all the Geminis. Um, Alondra said, hi, Hershey.
Hey, Alondra.
Um, and then we finally kicked off. It's summertime now. Yesterday was the first day of summer, so it is summertime. Do you guys have any plans for the summer, or are y'all just chilling because the economy is too much? Let me know in the comments if y'all have anything planned for this summer or not. I don't have anything planned. I do want to go to the Essence Festival in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna see if I'm able to pull that off. I want to go to that so bad, so I'm gonna see if I'm able to go to the Essence. But other than that, I don't have anything planned. I'm off for the summer since I'm a school nurse, so I don't really have anything planned. I'm gonna have to do better with that. Do you guys have anything planned? Do you have anything planned, Hershey?
No, I usually get the Raging Water Summer Pass tickets, but I don't think I'm gonna get them this year. So I don't know what I have. I don't have nothing planned yet so far.
Yeah, it's Raging Waters. I don't think I've been to that in a while, but they be having too many bees up there. Shoot, I'd be scared of that. They have a lot of bees at Raging Waters. Oh,
You got to stay in the water. You won't get stung.
yeah, but I'm not gonna stay in the water like that because it be too hot. But yeah, we did say when Coach Nita said we outside. We did say we was gonna be outside this summer, but my outside got to be in the daytime because after like 9 o'clock, I'll be sleepy. It's just like I'm old now. Like I can do the daytime stuff, but nighttime stuff, no. But I do want to be outside this summer, but in the daytime. In the daytime. Um, and happy Pride Month to everybody out there. Let me find my little pride thing. Oh, Jesus. Happy Pride Month to all everybody in the Pride world, the LGBTQ plus community. Happy Pride Month to you guys. They usually have a lot of things going on, but I haven't even seen the stuff going on for them.
And then ask them how long is it gonna be. She said 30 minutes. Okay. Are you gonna come
Um,
in?
Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. And as y'all have on my Juneteenth shirt, this tomorrow is actually Juneteenth. So for a lot of people, I know where we grew up in Pomona, they did not, in history and all that, they didn't teach us about no Juneteenth. So now that we are becoming adults, and then just with TikTok and all this stuff, I've learned so much stuff about our history that I feel like we should have already knew about. Did you really I knew about Juneteenth growing up, but I didn't understand what it meant because they didn't teach that to us. Did you know what Juneteenth meant when we were growing up, Tiffany? I mean, Hershey.
No, I didn't know nothing about Juneteenth, and I'm like really conscious, like pro-black and all that. And I
Hmm.
found out about it maybe 3 or 4 years before it became popular. So I thought I was onto some new stuff. Like, girl, if this Juneteenth is our 4th of July, and yada yada. And then like 3 or 4 years after that, it got popular and they commercialized it to where now Asian people are selling Juneteenth T-shirts. Like, no, it was supposed to be for us, but yeah, I didn't know about it in high school, but I did hear about it before it got popular.
I will say that I knew about it in like high school because like Camila and them, Daddy and all that, they would always do
Oh
Juneteenth
yeah.
um, picnics and stuff at Ganesha, but I still didn't understand what it meant. I just knew it was for us. So it was like once I became an adult, I'm like, oh, so it's about the enslaved being free. Like, why didn't we learn that in history? I really did not understand. So Alondra said, I'm not off tomorrow, Juneteenth. My company is racist a little, I guess. Some places, well, Amir's daycare is closed tomorrow, so they pick and choose now. It is supposed to be a national holiday, though. It is supposed to be a national holiday, but I think either you get Juneteenth off or you get 4th of July. So it's just either or. But I put a video up, so for the people that don't understand what Juneteenth is, then you can guys get a
Some of y'all
little
don't know what
clips.
Juneteenth is, so I'm here to break it down for you. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abe Lincoln all the way back in 1863. However, it wasn't until 1865 that Union soldiers made their way all the way down to Galveston Bay, Texas, and announced that over 250,000 slaves would be freed by decree of the Emancipation Proclamation. And this happened on June 19th, the birth of Juneteenth. So, we don't celebrate the day the Emancipation Proclamation was signed as the ending of slavery because it took a long time before all those slaves throughout the country were actually notified. We didn't have social media and telephones and text messages and email to let all the slaves know you're free now. It actually took Union soldiers, many of whom were black, to march from the North throughout the South and announce to the world that slavery had ended. For all you black people out there, live it up. Celebrate, barbecue, hang out. Be happy to be black. Be proud to be black. Be happy to be free. Or, as free as you feel in this country sometimes. And for all you non-black people, celebrate. Slavery's over. You know what I'm saying? It's still something to celebrate. Even if your people, your ancestors weren't enslaved Africans. If you're not black, you can tell a black person happy Juneteenth. If you're black, you can tell a black person happy Juneteenth. A non-black person can tell another non-black person happy Juneteenth. Why would we choose to not celebrate the ending of slavery? And it's not critical race theory. We keep bringing up bad things, therefore it's gonna make black people hate white people. That's not what we're talking about. We got Labor Day as a federal holiday. Come on now. People will tell you happy Valentine's Day. Don't even know what Valentine's Day is. People don't celebrate the 4th of July and think that it's gonna make us hate Great Britain. No. People don't celebrate Mexican Independence Day to make people hate Spain. We celebrate Thanksgiving every year, and some of y'all still think that the Pilgrims and the Natives was cool. Pick up a book, brother. That was not cool at all. I just came on here to say, don't make it weird. Juneteenth is something worth being celebrated. Some of y'all been celebrating your whole life. Some of y'all didn't even know Juneteenth was a thing, but it's a thing. And yeah, happy Juneteenth.
Okay, so like he said, it is a time to celebrate. I remember I was telling my mom maybe like a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop celebrating 4th of July now that I really understand everything. And I was like, I feel like us as black people, we need to celebrate Juneteenth like how we do 4th of July. But then I thought about it too, and my mom was like, well, I'm not gonna stop celebrating 4th of July because I grew up on that. And then I had to think about it. I was like, we all grew up celebrating 4th of July, but we didn't really celebrate it for that. It was just a time we knew everybody families
Fireworks.
get together and fireworks and all that. We wasn't really celebrating it for the meaning. So it's like so many people are used to celebrating 4th of July. It's like they can't stop doing that. But I do feel like we should celebrate Juneteenth like we celebrate 4th of July. So that's why we're starting to do this.
I wanted to say something.
Mm-hmm.
When he had made a comment about how they didn't know that they were free until a few years later, they had to go and announce it. It made me think about when I went to the Bahamas and I learned the history of that. When I went to the Bahamas, I looked the whole island. It was like a small island called Benemy or something, and it had like about 2,000 people, and all the black people looked like African Americans. And I was like, dang, I thought, Bahamas, they was going to have a certain look. So I did the history, and they said it was a white guy, him and his family, they lived in Florida. And you know how you catch the Miami cruise to go to the Bahamas. So they was in the in Florida or whatever, and slavery was over. And he was like, I'm not getting rid of my slaves. So him and his family took his slaves and drove 50 miles away. The Bahamas is only 50 miles away from Miami. So he drove 50 miles away, set up shop, and continued to have his slaves. Then the people came over there and let them know, hey, y'all, slavery is over. You can't do this. Y'all free. And they was like, well, where are we going to go? Like, we've been on this island. And I was just like, that's the same thing what happened to us African Americans. When they told us we was free, we wasn't about to go back to Africa. Like, we didn't know nothing about that. We just stayed where we were. So in the Bahamas, it's full of African Americans, girl, from Miami.
I believe it. I believe it. It's just a lot of them, that's all they knew was slavery. So they felt like if they got free, what are we going to do? Where are we going to live? Like,
where are we going to go?
Yeah, where are we going to eat? They didn't know anything but to be a slave.
Where they were. Yeah, so they just stayed on the land that they knew. They knew how to fish. They knew how to, survive on that island. So they stayed there. Just like here in America, we learned how to survive here in America. And we just set up shop here. Go back to where and for why. And how we going to get there? We don't know nothing about it. We've been here for too many generations. Like, yeah, we're free, but we just don't stay where we're at.
Yeah, that's why when they be saying go back to Africa, I'll be like, give me the money and I'll gladly go back. Give me a first class ticket, and we a lot of us will. I still do say, I was like, I would just start making payments on it because I really do want to go to Africa. But it's so big. But I know now that I did that DNA little test, I want to go to Nigeria first. But I just want to visit all of Africa. But now that I know that's where I'm from, 49% wise, I want to go there first, just so I can see like somebody that looked like me and just really see their culture. Like basically their hell is my culture too if I'm 49% Nigerian.
Exactly. Yeah.
So to see all of that. So everybody, happy Juneteenth. Let me know in the comments if you guys are doing anything. We are doing a picnic. And then I just learned what picnic means. Do you guys know what picnic means? So I'm gonna have to stop using that word too. Tell me.
No, what does it mean?
I was like, oh my gosh, like we just been saying stuff and we don't know. Let me give them a few seconds to see if they know. Do you guys know the real meaning of picnic? And then while you're at it, make sure you press the like number. The press like. Jesus Christ. I was talking to my sister today and I was like, I really cannot talk today. It's like I'm tongue tied or something today. I don't know what the H is going on. Coach Nita said, let's go to Ghana. I want to go to Ghana, but I want to go to Nigeria first because I'm 49% Nigerian. But I will go to Ghana. I want to go to all the places because like we said, growing up, we were made to believe Africa was like, it is third war, but like the whole country was just ugly and everything. And then now that we're able to do research and stuff, Africa is beautiful. It's some parts that's very beautiful. And just think the reality shows with the people on there that be in Africa, you be like, dang, like that's Africa?
I also want to say a lot of people don't realize that Egypt is in Africa. And I want to go to Egypt and see those pyramids. Like, oh my God, I want to see those pyramids. That's on my bucket list.
Mine too. I want to see it too. Tia said no. Alondra, you right. That's what picnic means. Pick a in. It's just short. That's what picnic means. That's exactly what it means. Are you
serious?
Yes. Yes.
What the heck?
Yes, and I was like, I forgot who I was. Oh, my uncle. He was inboxing me about something, and I was saying something like, "Oh, we having a picnic." He was like, "Do you know what picnic means?" And I was like, "I'm scared to ask." Like, no, I actually don't know what it means. And then he told me, and I was like, "What?" And when I was thinking about it, I said, "Dang, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. That's what picnic means. Pick a end. Pick a end." Alondra said, I learned that last year. So just think, we are learning this stuff in our late 40s. In our 40s, we're learning this stuff that we should have learned in history while we were in school. Even if it was an elementary or junior high school, we should have learned it. College, like, how do we not know what picnic really means? How we didn't know what Juneteenth really meant? Like, it's just, we have to teach our kids this too now. So happy Juneteenth to everybody. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully, if you work tomorrow, just don't work too hard. Tell them that you are free now. You're not enslaved anymore. You're free. You are not enslaved. And it is like we still enslaved because we still got to work 40 hours a week. Like, we still are slaves. It's just a different kind of slave. Like, we
modern day slavery.
Yeah, we just get paid higher wages now, but we're still slaves unless you have your own business. So that's what Juneteenth meant. So hopefully you guys learned something about that. Happy Father's Day this weekend also to all the fathers in the world. Hope you guys have a great weekend. They already been complaining, saying, I seen this one guy was like, yesterday, like, I mean, I didn't been out everywhere. I ain't seen nobody selling no flowers on the corner. I ain't seen nothing in the store for Father's Day. But I was like, he lying, because I've seen stuff in Walmart for fathers, but it don't be like Mother's Day. Like, if Mother's Day was this weekend, they already was setting up shop, everything like weeks before for Mother's Day. And just think, they started probably like on Thursday or Friday on the corners. Every corner you see people selling flowers, all kind of teddy bears and everything. So all the fathers, happy Father's Day. If you have a good father out there, make sure you take care of your dad. If you have a good baby daddy or something that take care of your kids, you might not like him, but he help you with your kids. Like, make sure that they feel appreciated, because that's a lot of times men say that they never feel appreciated because they're felt because females feel like they're supposed to do that, so they don't have to say, like, I appreciate you for everything you've done or anything. And I had to think about it. I was like, sometimes you feel like, well, you are supposed to do it. But I was like, I guess we should say, thank you more for what, if you have a good man in your life, for what they're doing, and if it's a father figure, even if it ain't Father's Day. But I did learn that we went to this the conversation piece last Saturday, and the man was speaking on that, like how men are not really appreciated for the things they do, because it's expected of them to do it. So I was like,
yeah, I was gonna say that men, they need their ego stroked. So even if they're supposed to do it, you still say, oh my gosh, thank you, I appreciate you for that. Because it's like reverse psychology. It makes them feel like, oh yeah, now I want to do it. Like, they want the cookies, they want the acknowledgement. But if they do it and we don't give them their flowers or give them their acknowledgement, they feel less inclined to do it. So when we appreciate them and show our appreciation, it's a form of reverse psychology into manipulating them into doing even more.
right. You gotta play your part. Play your part. I remember Pastor Rome had said that too. He was like, even if you don't need the men for whatever X, Y, and Z, make them feel like you need them. Like, so you have to do that. So this is Father's Day.
I don't know how I would have changed this light bulb without you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
For this, knowing you can do it yourself. So, like I said, make sure you guys take care of all the men in your life this weekend. So happy Father's Day again to all the fathers. And June is Men's Health Month. So we just was talking about fathers. So and PTSD awareness. Men's Health Month. So many men out there do not take care of themselves. So if they, most of the time they say if men have wives or significant others that they are in long-term relationship with, those men do better because the wife or the girlfriend is going to make sure that they're taken care of. They're going to make sure that everything is done for them. They're going to eat right and do X, Y, and Z. Single men really are not. So they don't get, just think most men pass away because they never will go to the doctor. Even if they feel like something is wrong, they don't go until the last minute to where it's nothing that the doctor can do about it because they waited until the last minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then most wives, they're the ones that make the doctor's appointments. They're the ones that notice that you're going to the bathroom a lot. Maybe you should get your what is it that the men are dying from? That Chad Woodward died. The guy from
What,
Wakanda.
prostate?
Yeah, prostate cancer.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you have a wife, she'll notice, dang, you're urinating a lot often than you used to. You can't hold your urine. Maybe you should get your prostate checked, and then we cook for them, give them massages. So, like, yeah, the men who have wives in their lives, they live longer.
So men, try to do better out there. If you just, even if you go get a checkup once a year, even though that's not good enough, but if you feel like something is wrong, it is nothing wrong with you going to the doctor to see what's going on with you. It's us women like me. I'll go every single time. I know they get tired of me because I'm calling, and then I don't even care if my doctor is not available. I will be like, well, whatever doctor is available, let them see me. Like, I'm not playing no games. So, men, you guys got to do better with your health. If you feel like anything is wrong, please get your checkups and make sure that you are okay. Let me see. Men's Mental Health Month. Check on your bro. Yep. And then PTSD awareness. And who put that on their page? I think it was Michael. And Michael was like, anybody that was raised in Pomona need to be checked for PTSD because all of
Where's the lie?
You lying. I was like, I know I got PTSD. I was like, but it's the way we grew up. It was like it was normal for us to hear, all that all the time, and we just never thought nothing of it. And that's not normal. Like, it's not normal for you to be hearing all those sounds and knowing that somebody is getting bang bang, and it's just nothing to you. Like, oh, they over there, whatever. And now we adults, and I can't hear balloons pop, fireworks, nothing now. I'm just all messed up. But of course I did get, too. So, but I think PTSD is, and it's a lot now. A lot of people have PTSD that has not been diagnosed, and people won't go to the doctor. They won't go to the doctor. You don't have to be on medication. Sometimes you just need to sit down with a therapist and get your feelings and thoughts out. And that can help you. You always don't have to be on medication. You don't. So,
True.
You have anything to say about that, Hershey?
No, as far as mental health, PTSD and bipolar, anxiety, depression is real. I know a lot of times in the Black community, we hear anxiety and depression and think, oh, that's the white man's disease. That's the white man's issue, but it's not. And it's real. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about. And you don't have to be on medication for anxiety and depression either, as long as you tap into yourself. You can get a counselor, a therapist, talk about it, vent. But if you're sad, be sad. Don't be afraid to cry. A lot of times this over masculinity, they say men aren't supposed to cry. They're not supposed to show emotions. You're not supposed to be weak. It's only okay for a man to show anger, frustration, fighting, violence. All of those emotions are okay for men, but the soft emotions, stay away from it. And that's what messes these men up, because they're only allowed to show rage and not love, fear and not pain. Like, it's just crazy.
And I did look this up earlier today, and they said unalignment, because we can't say the other word. Unalignment rates among young Black men are rising. Right now, okay, well, it says new data from Center of Disease Control and Prevention shared Capital B News highlights concerning the trend. Unalignment rates are skyrocketing within the Black community. The stats show that Black Africans Americans face a staggering 53% increase of unalignment between 2014 and 2024, a rate that is 10 times faster than the white Americans. So right now, and the age range, and I think I talked about this before, it's really with the young Black men. The ages are 16 to 29 are now those are the age gaps. So, and I feel like a lot of them, like I seen somebody that passed away today, he was 29, but it's from those, they be taking pills and stuff. So I wonder, do they consider them unaliving themselves by taking all these pills and stuff? I don't think they be doing it on purpose. It's just what they do now. Like I seen another survey that says the Gen Zs or whatever, alcohol is going down now. Like the rates of alcohol have went down. I say, yeah, because they on drugs now. That's why the alcohol rates is down now, because they're on this new generation and they don't drink alcohol, they do drugs.
They drink scissors.
Yeah, they do pills. They take all that. They doing fentanyl and all that stuff. So of course, I'll stick to my liquor because I'm not about to be doing all that. So, please, so talk to your young boys. If you have young sons and stuff, talk to them and let them know. Sometimes it might not be that. And then just think with social media, I think that has a lot to do with things too, because I feel like if they don't look a certain way, they don't feel good about themselves. And then you just think how you can get picked on and everything. Everything is on social media. It's not like how it was when we grew up. Like you just was only getting teased locally. Now you can get teased worldwide.
Yeah.
I think it's just harder for this generation.
And then also I think this generation are looking to, how when we were growing up, our rap music, they were doing flowers and alcohol, and we thought that was cool and jumped on the bandwagon. And now today, these artists are doing lean and bars and pistols. So that's what this generation is thinking is cool, and they're jumping on the bandwagon. And that's the reason why, like you said, alcohol is less and all these other pills are higher, because I think of the music industry, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is, because if you think about it, that's what they be talking about. That's exactly what they talk about. Taking pills, drinking syrup, whatever they call it, and all that. They ain't talking about drinking no alcohol or nothing like that. And so these kids do it. And I think also alcohol and doing those pills give you a different kind of high. So I don't know. I just don't even be understanding how they be standing up and doing them Xanax and all that. I be like, how do they be awake? Like, how do y'all stay awake on all that stuff?
They don't. They be sleep. Fentanyl fold and leaning. Yeah. And then I saw this meme that said, our music industry were dope dealers. Y'all industry are dope users.
Yes, and that's so true. For real. And I would rather be from my generation anytime. She said PTSD is a psychiatric condition that develops after a person experiences or witnesses a terrifying, life-threatening, or shocking event. Exactly. And I know that's why I have it. So, look, I'm like, I know why I got PTSD. But that's all we have for today on that. I'll try to get some more information next week. So we'll get into some, all the everything June, the June rundown. One of the first things I want to talk about is a Florida couple. This was crazy. Everything in Florida always be crazy. So in Florida, let me get that picture up. This is a couple that did IVF. Y'all know how much IVF costs. That could easily start at like $50,000. they did IVF and the facility put the wrong embryo in this lady. They got a black baby. They got a black baby now, and they don't want to give the baby back. So
I wouldn't either.
yeah, she said that she has a bond with the baby now. Like that's her baby, and they took their eggs. She took her eggs from that facility and put it in another facility. So they came to an agreement with the biological parents that they will keep the baby, but they would also have them in their life, in the baby's life, but they keeping the baby. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that she should get a baby back and just do it over, or just still keep the baby? What
I
you
have
think?
a question. So the black mother that they used her embryo, was she also trying to conceive, or did she donate her egg?
No, she had hers there too to conceive, but they just wasn't doing the right thing.
So if the black lady doesn't have a child, then yeah, I would want my eggs because my ultimate goal was to have my own baby. You can't just keep my baby if I wanted it. But if she
Well, I
donated
guess
her eggs, then that would
they
be
didn't say
different.
they didn't say she donated it, and that's why they had to go to court on it. And the lady was like, I carried this baby for 9 months. Like, I have a bond with this baby and everything. Like, so they came with the agreement with the family, and they gonna keep the baby. I just hope that even in this day and time that they be right by that baby. Like, it's gonna be tough on them raising a black baby and them being white. That's just period, point blank. So
I
hopefully
think white
everything.
people, I think white people like adopting and raising black kids because Madonna did it, Cher did it.
Yeah, she did.
Like they like for some reason raising them, and black kids that be raised by white parents, they be turning out alright. Like I think Jamie Foxx. No, it wasn't Jamie Foxx. Tommy Davidson, the comedian, he was raised by a white adopted family, and he said it was
Some of
alright.
them do good. Some of them do good. So I pray to God that that little girl be okay. Alondra said, I'm scared of drugs. Do they do Red Ribbon Week anymore? And they actually do. They actually do Red Ribbon Week, and the only reason I know is because I'm a school nurse. And I was like, well, clearly this Red Ribbon Week ain't working. Y'all need to do the DARE program again. Just say no to drugs. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Like, y'all need to bring those commercials back. Y'all need to show these kids being unalive by doing fentanyl. Like, y'all need to really scare them because they're not scared. It's kids that be getting sent into the nurse's office for us to check them because they done bought stuff from people off the internet that they didn't even know. Talking about they thought it was edible. And I said, the thing that I don't get about y'all, okay, y'all bought something from somebody off the street, but y'all don't even know these people and what they can put in here. Like, y'all just buying something off the street.
Yep.
They really need to put commercials out there like that. They need to show their peers, people their age, being unalive for doing that stupid stuff. They need to do the DARE program again. That's her baby now. Yeah, that's what she said. That's her baby now. Yep, Lady A, that's her baby now. Start her corn rolling classes now. Yes. Give it back. What the F? This ain't Walmart. Like, but still, what if that was her last, what if that was her last egg and everything? Like, give me my baby back. I'm sorry, you would have just been like a surrogate. Like, okay, you carried my baby, now give me my baby back. It's not my fault that they mixed it up. Like, no.
But it's not the white lady's fault either. The white lady
It
didn't
ain't
sign
her
up
fault.
to be a surrogate. She signed up to carry a child to raise.
Girl, I'll be like, give me my baby, lady. Give me my baby. Okay, so that was that. So we'll see how it goes with that. They got a lawsuit against the facility, so we already know they should win that case, hands down. Like, what are y'all doing in there? Like, how do you mix those kind of things up? Another thing that happened that was crazy that I just feel like.
Oh, wait. I have a question before you go on from that. The egg was obviously the black woman's, but the sperm, was it the white husband's sperm?
No. That's what I
No.
thought too. No.
So the baby is all black. It's a black sperm and black egg. Okay.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they mixed all that stuff up. I don't know. Maybe the person that did that was on some drugs. I have no idea. They be doing stuff too. Okay, this was sad too, but this is why I said I don't do these kind of things. So I don't know if y'all heard about last week that 21-year-old young lady that passed away after doing that bungee jump. Did y'all hear about that?
Yes, girl.
So it was a 21-year-old. I was not putting that video up here because I wish I'd never seen it. That's another thing. I hate that they put everything online now. Like, we don't got to see everything. We do not have to see everything. They showed the girl, and it was about 4 of them that was lifting the girl up. It just threw her over the cliff. Like, how did none of y'all check to see that the bungee cord was not connected? And they said the people were screaming in the background telling them, but it was too late. But how don't y'all do that?
The thing about it is when you are bungee jumping, the cord is a accordion stretchy elastic cord. If you look, when the cameraman panned to the ground, it was a regular rope that you climb a mountain with or jump rope with. It wasn't a bungee cord. So that was the one thing, that she was going to die even if they attached that rope to her and threw her head first. It was just like when you put a rope around your neck and you jump from a tree. You're going to die because that rope isn't meant for the elasticity. So for one, it was the wrong rope for bungee jumping. She was supposed to be doing something called a pendulum swing, where you're just swinging back and forth where they attach the rope. And with that type of extreme sport, you cannot go head first. You're supposed to be attached at the waist, at the center mass, and then you like kind of scoot off the bridge and then just swing back and forth. So for one, it was the wrong. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that those people were unauthorized and untrained, and even if they had put the rope on her and threw her head first, she was gonna die.
But okay, but this is another thing about it. How about the girl did not pass away when she hit the ground first?
That part, because she had a helmet on and they threw her head first.
She did not pass away. A nurse made it down there to her, was talking to the girl, telling her she was going to be okay and everything. I was just like, oh my gosh. So she felt everything. It's like, if something happened like that to somebody, I would rather them just pass away from the impact. So, but you was alive for a little bit after that girl. So they arrested all of them involved in that, because it's like, what the hell are y'all doing? But that's just why I said couldn't nobody pay me $1 billion to do none of that. Bungee jump, skydive. I'm not doing none of that stuff. I'm not doing none of it. I'm just too scary. And I just feel like I'm playing Russian roulette. I don't want to do none of that. Do you ever want to do any of that stuff? Do anybody in the comments want to bungee jump and skydive and all that? Maybe you're adventurous and feel like it's fun. I don't know. But be careful, you guys, if y'all do that. On to something lighter. Did y'all see the DR Congo World Cup men come to America? They came into Texas. If y'all didn't, I'm gonna show y'all, because they look bomb. Like, I was like, okay, Africa, like, this is how y'all came in. Hold on, let me get it. When I first seen that, I'm telling y'all, I watched that like 20 times, because I was like, they look bomb.
Yes.
We all like, they really look like royalty coming into America. I was just like, I just wouldn't be nothing else if I had to come back. Like, still make me black, no matter what all we went through. Like, we come through stunting. Like, let me see. Oh, Sophia said she might skydive. Well, I'll be praying for you because no. But yes, they look so good. Now, I did look to see if they won. It was a tie, so I guess that's okay. I don't know with soccer what goes on, but it was a tie with whoever else they was playing with. But they hadn't been out here in 52 years to play in the World Cup. So they came back like, yeah, we about to show y'all. We is about to show y'all. I was like, they look like royalty. I just love black people. The designer's name is Alvin Mack. And I've been looking to see who designed them. I said, he about to go up now with those jackets and them little, I don't know if you call it a purse, if you call it a luggage. Everything just looked elegant. Like, I was like, I wish I would have been in the airport in Texas and seen them coming through. Because I'd have been like, who are y'all? Like, who for real are you guys? Because y'all look really, really nice. So I just have to give a shout out to them because they look bomb. In any life, I would just choose to be black. Any. I don't like no man with no purse. But that's what I said. I don't know if that was considered a purse or if that was considered like a luggage. Like, I don't know because it was so big. I didn't know if it wasn't like it was like a clutch or something, but it was so big. That's why I'm like, was that luggage or what was it? They look good besides that. So, Alondra, you think that was a purse and not a luggage? I think that was a luggage. Okay, so I also did I did a survey last week asking people, would y'all take 20 days PTO or 3,500? And it was like 90% everybody said they're going to take the PTO. Because why would you not take the 20 days PTO? Why would you take $3,500? But then some people was like, well, it depends on how much you make. And I'm like, but to me, it don't depend on how much you make, because if they give you $3,500, they still going to tax you on that 35. So you're not going to get $3,500 anyways. But for me, it's like, I'm taking that 20 days PTO. That's going to be way more than $3,500, and you ain't going to get taxed all at once. Once they tax you on that, you probably don't. In California, you probably get like $1,800. They gonna tax you in California. They gonna tax you a lot. Did you see that one, Tiffany? What did you say? PTO or 3,500?
I didn't see that one, but I think it depends on how much you make. Because if you're making $15 an hour, you know what I'm saying, and you give me 20 hours of that, that's a half of my paycheck, which is what, $1,000 or something. I don't know. I'm not good at math. But the 3,500, that's gonna take me 2 months to get that amount. So it depends on how much you make.
Yeah, that's true. But most of the people said they're gonna take the 20 days PTO. So,
yeah, I would take the PTO just for my mental. You know what I mean? It's like money is not worth everything. I might need mental space or time with my children, and you can't, pay for that. So I think people chose the PTO just because of the mental.
Yeah, and Alondra said, I'm out of here so fast, we get taxed 40%. That's what I'm saying. You after it's all said and done, you only gonna get like $1,800. That they tax the hell out of us out here. Okay, so you guys, I don't watch basketball, but I did see that the New York Knicks won. This is what I wanted to ask. When these people win these championships and all that, and the people vandalize cars, houses, and all that, like, I don't understand that. Like, what's the reason for you guys vandalizing things? So this taxi driver, I don't know how he got caught up in the mayhem, because if I was him, I would have never even been on that street. But they pulled him out of the car and just tore up his car. He was like, he got PTSD now. Like, he don't even want to be a cab driver no more. French Montana came in, and I guess he started a GoFundMe for the man, and he got him $75,000 to help him. And he was like, that helps him a lot because he don't ever see himself being a cab driver again. Do you guys understand why people do that? Like, just a sense of excitement, or it's just craziness? Because I just feel like it's craziness.
So the reason why they do it is because all the people that's out there celebrating, for one, they're drunk, they're high, they're excited. These are people who have never been to an actual game. They can't afford the tickets. They don't go to concerts. They don't have that type of lifestyle. It's like when you go to the club and it be the dudes outside parking lot pimping because they can't get in or they don't want to buy bottles. So those are the crowds that be outside, those with those mentalities. So now they have all this excitement and this crowd, and then you put alcohol into it. Now they're drunk and they're just excited and they make stupid decisions, and that's how it happens. And then one bad apple, all of them join in, and it's just a hot mess.
It is. That's just it is. It is. Why vandalize your own area? That's what I even said that when they were rioting. Like, why riot in your own area? Go to them people area. But as far as this, like everything, but I don't know. Good that man got his little $75,000. He said he could send it back to his family in his country and all that. So now we're gonna talk about what we really said we're gonna talk about 45 minutes later. But I just had so much to talk about since I ain't been on here. So I guess I need to start really coming back because I'll be having a lot to talk about. So we're gonna talk about the Karmelo Anthony case. Let me just show y'all some good videos of him. Like, this is the stuff that they don't show.
That's jacuzzi going on? Yeah, there's a jacuzzi going on.
That's freedom of the city.
I got him, Kayla. I got him. I got
Karmelo Anthony, class of 2025, Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas.
Yeah. How the lamb, baby?
The stuff that I'm pretty sure that his lawyer didn't show. But so Karmelo Anthony was 17 years old when this happened. On June 9th, 2026, the Texas found 19-year-old, now he's 19, Karmelo Anthony guilty of murder for the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin McCaff at a high school track meet in Frisco, Texas. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. All over the world, this has just started just a divide in the world. It started the week before when that Asian man got off for unaliving that 14-year-old, banging him in the back. You definitely need more than 7 M's to discuss this case. So sad. No, I'm doing it more than 7 minutes, Gunita. And so if people have to leave, I do understand. But yeah, it's gonna be more than I'm gonna stop when I finish. This case has divided the world in half. And like I said, the week before that, an Asian man got found not guilty for unaliving a 14-year-old over a bottle of water. So it's like, now the next week y'all do this. First of all, the case started on June 1st. June 1st, they picked the jury. Over 500 people could have been selected, not been selected, but were up to be selected for a jury. It was an all-white jury. They did have 3 black females that were supposed to be on the jury, but the prosecution got them struck because they were educational workers. They worked for school districts, and it happened at a school, which to me, that don't have nothing to do with anything. But the judge went along with it and took them off. So it was an all-white jury. Which that was the setup. So that happened on June 1st, which was a Monday. By that next Tuesday, he was already found guilty. And the day that he was found guilty, usually they come back like a week or even a couple of months later for the sentences. They sentenced him that day. Like, this is stuff that I never even knew that they could do. So what they said was they was at a track meet. It was raining that day, which I don't think a lot of us knew that it was raining that day. It was raining that day. The school that Karmelo Anthony was on was the only school that did not have a tent. One of his friends called him to the tent where he was under, and the McCaff brothers and 3 other people came in and was telling him he needed to get out. And he was like, no, like, y'all can't make me get out of the tent. And they started, I guess, pushing him or whatever, and like taking shots. Like, some people were saying they was socking him and everything. And so they grabbed his backpack, and then that's when he, whatever, into Austin's chest. It was just one stab and that was it, but that was it, and then he ran off. So that's why he was charged with what he got charged with. My thing that I feel about it, and that's why I brought Tiffany on here, is I don't feel that he received a fair trial. First of all, I did my research. Sophie, I forgot to tell you that today. A lot of people was putting pictures up that said that the dad and the judge was friends. They weren't actually friends, but the dad's friend is friends with the judge, which still, that's a conflict of interest. And also the prosecutors were friends of friends. So that's just like if something happened to somebody that I knew, and Tiffany, the judge. And I'm like, girl, like, put in, it was just like that. So since the case has happened, that judge has resigned because he's getting so much backlash now because he know what he did was wrong. It's no way in this world that boy should have got 35 years. I do feel like he should have been held accountable, but I feel like 35 years was too much. They didn't even put character witnesses up there or nothing. They did not put psychologists or anything. Nobody up there to defend him. His defense lawyer, Karmelo's lawyer, is also friends with the prosecutors. So it was like he had a lose-lose situation just all the way around. They went to court on Saturday too. Who y'all know that go to court on Saturdays? It's just like it was a lose-lose situation. The friend, so quote-unquote friend, said that he didn't know him like that. He only had met him a couple of times, which was a lie. It was just a lot of things going on. They didn't show the video, which they keep on saying it was grainy. It wasn't. Oh, I think I'll have that video for you guys. It was one of the men saying what's on the video. Let me let y'all see.
You seen the video on 2 hours. Was it clear enough or was it fuzzy or what?
No, it was clear. It was clear enough where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the cameras.
Okay.
That's how clear it is. You actually see them walking up. You see that Karmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain or?
Yeah, it was still raining.
Right.
I'm from Little. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning, and we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again. Then it was over with for the day.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already, and so during that time when that happened, the twins, their 2 buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with them. They were all coming from the direction of the middle school,
right,
coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see those 4 that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract them a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front.
So that I just had to cut it off because it got really, really long. But he explained everything that happened that day. That video was not shown at all. Why? And I know why. It's because it showed that it was self-defense. Do you guys actually think that if it was showed that Karmelo was in the wrong, that they would not have put that video out there? That video would have been put out there that day. Before the trial started, they would have put that video out there if Karmelo was really in the wrong. So the fact that they didn't put that, it's like, come on, I don't know what was going on. It's too many facts to show that it was self-defense. I really just didn't understand. I did not understand. Another thing that made me mad was that they were saying that the family used the money for their lifestyle. They already was living in a nice neighborhood, a gated community with mostly white people around them. They already had nice cars. It was shown on the mom's Facebook, like in 2022-23, that the daddy had bought her a brand new Escalade. They already lived in a nice neighborhood. So it's like people got on there just talking about this and not even knowing what they was talking about. Like the family had money. People always think, what do they think? Every black person is on a county and EBT, because if we really want to go there, they're the ones that's really on it, not us. So it was just like, it just made this country divided, because all of them, I was telling some people, like, I had to get off of social media for a little bit, and I still feel like I need to be off of there until it cools down, because it's so racially divided. And it's just like the Caucasian people on there, they're very hateful. They're very hateful. And it's like, I don't understand why you guys are so hateful like this when we should be the ones hating you guys like that. But we're always the forgiving race. We forgive people too much. Like, we forgive everybody all the time. The family being had money, they had to move because people were threatening their life. So what did y'all want them to do? Stay in the house so they could lose their life? They had to move. Once the case was over, then they was able to get the other money. And then people was like, well, why did they use a public defender? That man wasn't a public defender, but he was acting like one. Because I don't feel like he defended Karmelo at all. So there's also another case that was mirrored to the Karmelo Anthony case. If y'all ever heard of the Casey Allison case. Casey Allison in Texas, exact same thing. Somebody in the chest, they was in the bathroom. He got 10 years. Let me show y'all the difference. And they keep saying it's not about race. It's not about race. It is about race, because how is it any different? So Casey Allison, I can't even see with my blind self. He was found not guilty of murder, not guilty of manslaughter. They gave him the lowest charge possible. And it's the exact same case. I mean, the only thing that they said was different. Hold on. Okay. The only thing that they said was, they were saying that Casey said that it was self-defense too, but they were saying that those other boys was bullied. But that's the same thing Karmelo was saying. They didn't put, another thing that they didn't put in the court was that the sons had beat up their daddy. The sons had beat up the daddy the year before that, to where they broke his arm and everything. They're not doing their character witnesses. They just trying to make it seem like there was, some victims. A girl put up a video. Oh, that's the video I forgot to put up. And the man read an email from cheerleaders explaining that the McCaff brothers were being mean to the cheerleaders. They said, we're there to support them and everything, and we went to Raising Cane's after the game, and one of the McCaff brothers called one of the cheerleaders fat. And everybody started laughing. And it was like, they do stuff all the time, but we never say anything because we feel like ain't nothing gonna happen to them anyways. But it's getting to be too much. So it's like, why didn't y'all use all these character witnesses against them? The defense did not do their job. The daddy, you got beat up by him, so you making it seem like they some witnesses. Karmelo was 130 pounds. They was about 180, 90, maybe 200 pounds. They was bigger and weighed more than him. So how was it not self-defense? I really just don't get it. Hold on. And then Tiffany, you're gonna tell me what you feel. Sophia said Texas laws are different. He was jumped, they say. One juror was an educator. The defense attorney worked previously with the DA. They broke it was his shoulder then. Yeah. They broke his shoulder, but they didn't say none of that stuff in the case. They didn't say none of this stuff about them boys in that case. So now they filed an appeal to get another case. And hopefully, and that was another thing. They took it out the county it was in. They put it in Collin County when it was supposed to be in Delton County, because the judge that was the friend of the friend worked in Collin County. So it's just like it was a setup it's a setup all the way around, and I'm not understanding why everybody is in outrage because he got 35 years when everybody else that did the same thing. And like I told one man on Facebook, y'all didn't have that same energy for Kaysen, and he did the exact same thing. But why? It's because he's white. Like they gotta, not y'all, but they have to quit all that and remember what's going on. So Tiffany, what did you feel about the situation? Because I know you had a different opinion.
So, my opinion is based off of law, and I took my emotions out of it, and I took race out of it, and I just said according to the law. So, if I was a juror, my main question would have been, why did Karmelo have a knife at a track meet? That alone, I just can't get over that. It's like, I'm thinking that you are used to trouble, you're looking for trouble, and you're a menace to society, because why are you bringing a knife to a track meet? I could see if they were fishing or doing some other type of sport where you would have needed it. So that's the first thing that stood out to me. Second is, in order to be self-defense, you have to fear for your life. If somebody spits on you, you can't shoot them. If somebody comes to the fight with a baseball bat, you can't shoot them. You know what I mean? It's just like it has to match. So Karmelo Anthony was sitting down underneath the tent, like we all know, because it was raining. All of that is fine. When Austin told him get out the tent, he said, make me, which is fine. My thing is, all right, Michaela, my thing is that once apparently Karmelo Anthony, he had his hand in his backpack, and he said, put your hands on me and see what'll happen. Therefore, he shows intent. We're doing the law right here, right? So for him to say, put your hands on me and see what'll happen, he shows intent. He's sitting down. Austin pushes him while he's sitting down. He stands up and stabs him. For one, he told him what he was going to do, and he followed through with it. So in order for it to have been self-defense, Karmelo would have had to say, I have a knife in my bag. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to stab you. Austin would have had to push him. Karmelo would have said, hey, dude, I told you, don't put your hands on me. And Austin would have had to punch him. They would have had to get in a fight. Karmelo would have had to allow Austin to get on top of him, the same way George Zimmerman played the law. He would have had to allow Austin to get on top of him, get the best of him a little bit. Then he could have stabbed him, and the self-defense would have worked. But he reacted too soon. He said, put your hands on me and see what'll happen. He literally pushed him. He stood up and took that boy's life. So according to the law, it was murder, not manslaughter, because manslaughter, you can't have intent. He showed intent, he threatened, he followed through, and he took that boy's life. According to the law, he should have got what he got.
So do you feel like the other boy should have got, do you think his sentence was fair then? The one I sent you, Casey and Allison?
As far as Casey and the other case, according to witness statements, he told him he did not want to fight. He said, I just want to graduate, dude. I don't want to fight. And the dude took off on him. They were in a physical fight, and then he stabbed him. So according to that law, I could see why they gave him vehicular whatever they did. Yeah, because for one, he warned the guy. He told him he didn't want to do it, and then they were in a fight, and then he defended himself. But in Karmelo Anthony, he wasn't in an immediate fear of his life.
But if all four of those boys was attacking him, all four of them.
If all four of them was attacking him, if he was being stomped out, if he was on the ground, if any of that, then it would have worked. But he went from a sitting position, stood up, and stabbed him. There was no punches. There was no fighting. There was no busted lip. He had no injuries. And so how can you say you're in fear for your life over a school fight? People fight all the time. People push all the time. People even get jumped. But for you to take his life over a push, I can't stand behind that.
Okay, Juanita said Texas is a carry state, right? Which, yes, I looked into that, and it is. You can carry both that and these. It's a carry state. It wasn't illegal to carry. No, it wasn't. It's not illegal to carry at all.
He's a minor. Minors cannot carry, so we have to keep that in the law as well.
Let me see.
That law does not apply to minors.
They could, but the thing that they're leaving out too, it wasn't can I say knife? I don't know if I can say knife or not. It was a cleat sharpener. So
no, I did my research.
That's why I said with this case, it's kind of tricky because they not putting out all the transcripts so we could really see, like how when it was the Diddy case, I was able to read everything that they were saying and they were showing everything. On this one, we could not see, okay, legal to carry, and it wasn't a drastic whatever, right? No, it wasn't. It was under, in Texas, it's under 5.5 centimeters. It is legal, but they were saying it was a cleat sharpener. I really don't know, because I'm telling you, I tried to look for the transcripts and I couldn't. So those
I looked that up when you told me it was a cleat sharpener, and that was a defense mechanism. As a defense attorney, you're going to say, oh, can't that tool also be used as a cleat sharpener? And he was like, yeah, but actually it was not a cleat sharpener. I Googled what a cleat sharpener looks like, and it's blunt. It wasn't a cleat sharpener. That statement came from the defense. Okay. It was a blade. And it was within the inches, and yes, you are allowed to carry if you are an adult.
Okay, she said the track meet was in Collin County, and it was a cleat. And see, I may have to look it up again. It was a cleat sharpener utility tool. The two students allegedly stopped the exit. I don't know what that meant. Allegedly stopped the exit. One brother snatched him by his hoodie, and he was jumped by 4 people. Yeah, I seen that video, but I meant to upload it, but I could not upload it. I don't know why it will let me upload it, because they did like a little cartoon video of it to show exactly what happened, but none of those things were shown in court. Like I said before, I do feel like he should have. Okay, Amir, you don't have to tell me that. So he should have got some time, but I don't think it should have been that, because it's just block the exits. Oh, okay, they blocked the exits. But he was basically getting jumped. My thing is, and I don't see race in anything either. Like, if you wrong, you wrong. It's a lot of black people that I feel like they asses need to be in jail. Like, just period, point blank. Like, we do stupid stuff all the time. And I feel like we should go to jail. But this is a time that I feel like it was not, his sentencing was not fair.
And then as a mother, I think when I get a phone call and it says my child pushed somebody, I'm expecting that child push my child back, and then they fought, they're going to get suspended, and my child's going to come back to school on Monday. Like, that's what was supposed to happen. Like, he lost his life over a push. Like, it was.
I just feel like, and then the daddy came out saying all kind of stuff, and I feel like they were bullies. Not saying because you were a bully that you should lose your life, but they were known bullies, and it's just, it happened to go that way. Because even the brother, when he did his interview, he did 3 interviews. All 3 of them was different. So it's like, y'all are known bullies. Y'all known bullies. And then something happened to y'all, now y'all a victim. The daddy come on talking crazy after the gag order was lifted, and he could talk, and you could see why they're the way they are. But not saying that it was okay for the boy to lose his life. I'm not saying that either. I feel like if Karmelo could do it all over again, he probably would have just left him up under the tent, even though it's not fair, it's not their tent. But I just don't know what I would do, because I feel like if I had a son that was in Karmelo's predicament, and it don't matter if they was black, white, whatever race they was, if they came up basically punking you and pushing you and shoving you and doing all that, I don't know. I just really don't know. I don't think that it was. I don't think that was fair. I don't think the
I,
sentence was fair.
I feel like Carmelo, if he could do it all over again, he would have, one, probably walked away, or two, if he wanted to use the law, he would have had to allow them to get the best of him. Like, you got to
But
take a
no
couple
kids
shots.
gonna do that in this day and age. If you
No,
think
but I'm just saying that's the way that you bait that law. You know how the white guy or any guy will say something to you knowing they have a gun, and they're just waiting for you to punch them first so that they can use it. So Carmelo knew the law. He knew about self-defense, but he didn't play it all the way through. He reacted too soon. He should have, if he wanted to do that, I'm not saying he should have wanted to do it, but if he wanted to do that, he should have allowed Austin to get the best of him, you know, and then it would have worked. But he went from a sitting position, stood up, poked him once, and ran off. He didn't have no busted lip, no broken bones. Like, he should have let them do more.
I ain't about to let that's why I said I wanted to have this conversation. I'm not about to tell my kid to let them do more. Fuck that. I'm not about to
walk away or fight first. If you can't continue to fight, then you save your life. But you can't automatically go to life-threatening measures if your life is not threatened.
Yeah, that's true, but it's, I don't know. I guess we gotta see how it still plays out. Because what do you guys think in the comments? What do you guys think? Do you guys think it was a fair trial? My thing was, I don't feel like it was a fair trial. Why would y'all take away the 3 black people? Why would y'all take them away? You supposed to have a jury of your peers. Why would y'all take that away? They knew. They knew what they were doing. That was a setup from the beginning. If I was his parents, I would have never even got that lawyer.
Yeah,
but
if I were,
I would have never got that lawyer. But I just feel like in Texas, y'all know how they are down there. They're a Republican state, and they don't play around when it comes to us. They don't play those games with us. Like, I felt like with him, they made like, okay, we gonna show y'all. We gonna show y'all. But it was only with him. Let me know what you guys think. It's almost like that's why it wasn't intentional, like a reaction. And who's to say that he would have survived if they allowed them to do more? That's true too. I don't believe it was a fair trial. I also think that the sentence was excessive. I think that's basically what everybody feels. It was just that it wasn't a fair trial and that the sentence was excessive. I think that's what it is. I don't think that anybody feel like he was just 100% innocent, because if that was the case, that's us just being biased. I don't think that people think that at all. I just think that we feel like it wasn't a fair trial and the sentencing was excessive. And if the judge, if you felt like you didn't do nothing wrong, why did you resign already? Like, why are you resigning if you didn't do anything wrong? I just didn't like how he was represented. That he would have never been my lawyer. I would have got somebody else. I would have got, just being out there, I would have had to get a black lawyer, somebody that had a good background in law and everything. It wouldn't have been. I don't know. It's like they played in our face on this one, for real. And they keep saying he could get out in 17 years on good behavior, but Austin will never come back, which is true. I would never wish that on nobody. And then for the brother, that's your twin. For you to lose your twin, I would never wish that on nobody. But I do feel like people that be bullies and stuff like that, also people need to teach their kids to stop being bullies. Because a lot of kids are scared now, and that's just what's going to happen, period. A lot of kids be scared, and then they do stuff that they going to regret. But it's like, people need to quit being bullies too. So I really don't know. I really don't know. These
But
was
Roshonda, I want to ask you a question. When
uh
it comes to the law, if you were
uh
a juror, do
yes.
you see the intent when he said, if you put your hands on me, see what'll happen? And then he stood
No,
up
because
and followed through?
I probably would have said the same thing.
No, but I'm saying, according to the law, do you see where there was intent?
No, because if you have somebody that's coming over there, okay, you as a cheerleader, okay, say we just gonna go back. You as a cheerleader at Pomona High, y'all at a game, it's raining. You go to Pomona High, we was raggedy anyway, we ain't have no tent. So you go to the side, you know somebody at Gary, let's just say Gary, and they say, oh, hold on, Amir, hold on, you guys. They tell you, oh, Hershey, you can come over here and get out the rain or whatever. So now some other cheerleaders from Gary, did I say Gary or Ganesha? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Ganesha come over there and tell you, Hershey, get the F up out of here. And you like, no. And then they surrounding you. These girls is way bigger than you. They're way bigger than you, size and height wise. Get up out of here. They start pushing you, grabbing you and all that. You just gonna let them do that to you?
No, I will get
But
into a...
you say too, if y'all don't leave me alone, I got something for y'all. How many times have people said that? Leave me alone. Y'all, you better leave. I'm telling you right now, you better leave me alone. Like, leave, I'm not playing with you. Leave me alone. So that's the same thing as him saying, touch me again, touch me again, and I got something for you. So if you in the 10 and the cheerleaders is doing that bigger, like I said, and they pushing you, grabbing you and all that, and you say, do it again and I got something for you, you don't feel like, you feel like that's wrong for you to do that?
I feel like in that same scenario, these girls are bullying me, telling me to, leave. And I'm like, put your hands on me and I'm going to do something. If they put their hands on me, I'm going to punch them. Therefore, I should not get expelled because I was defending myself. They pushed me first, then I beat their butt. So I shouldn't get expelled. But if they push me and I take their life, it doesn't match. So that's
No,
why I
no,
was saying,
no.
according to the law,
I
do you
understand
think
what
there
you
was intent?
saying, that you saying that he took his life. I think, but that was a part of the sentencing too. Did he act, do you or do you not think he acted out of emotion? Answer that question. You think he acted in a split second? Did he acted in emotion?
Yeah, I think he was emotionally immature,
But do
but
you
I
think he
feel
acted
like
in emotions in that second? Like, do you think he thought about it or he just did it? Like he acted out of emotion, like somebody
I
that's
think
so snap.
I think he thought about it. I think he said in his mind, I got something in my bag for you. He knew that he knew that he had the upper hand. So he's like, man, I know I have the upper hand in this situation. Give me a reason to use it. Just like when people be trigger happy, they get a brand new bang bang and they just want to use it. So it's like he had it, he wanted to use it, and he wanted them to give him a reason. So he was sitting there waiting, man, put your hands on me. I want to poke you so bad. Just give me a reason. It's like, dang, why couldn't you just fight him?
Because
Or walk
he
away.
wasn't gonna get, he was being jumped.
Yeah, he should have allowed, he didn't get jumped from my research, but if he would have walked away with a busted lip, then they would have said self-defense. But he never allowed the fight to really get active. He reacted too soon.
I don't know.
But you never answered my question.
Oh,
According
what?
to the law, do you see intent? When he say, put your hands on me and see what'll happen. He pushed him, he stood up and poked him. Do you see
No,
the
I
intent?
don't. I'm taking race out of it and everything. For me, just
Take
hearing the case,
emotions out of it and just
and
do
I'm taking
according to
emotions
the
out of
law.
it. But if I'm a juror,
Yeah, if you're a juror, you have to go according to the law.
to the law. But if they're asking me how do I feel about that, because you still got to go about it, I don't feel like it was intentional. I don't think that he killed that boy on purpose. Oh, I keep saying that. I don't think that he unalived that boy on purpose. I think he acted out of emotion. Like, what do they be calling it on Snap?
Rage.
Not rage.
Temporary insanity.
It could have been that, but that ain't the word I'm looking for. It's like when you act out of emotion, like, but you didn't. I can't think of the word, but I don't think that he meant to take that boy's life. I think that he was just trying to get them off of him. That's why I'm saying I don't feel like what he did was right. I think that's what people keep thinking. I feel like he was right for what he did and nothing should have happened. I don't feel like that at all. I do feel like he was wrong. I do feel like he was wrong for what he did. I do feel like he should serve time. When it first happened, I was like, he should go to jail for that, but not for no 35 years. I don't feel like he should have went to jail for 35 years for that. That's the only thing. I do feel like he should go to jail because at the end of the day, you still took somebody's life. You still took somebody's life. So if I was a juror, I would feel like it was not intentional, but Karmelo, you did take somebody's life. So because you took somebody's life, you're going to have to face the consequences for that. I do feel
And imagine somebody taking your child's life. You're the victim, but the person that took your life, they be like, I'm going to get a GoFundMe. Everybody look at me. Look what they're doing to me. I'm a victim. And the whole time your son is the one who lost their life. Like, wouldn't that be a slap in the face if the person who aimed your child is now claiming victim and a GoFundMe?
And I don't feel like nothing was wrong with that either. Though, okay, when we get off of here, I'm gonna send you all the videos from the daddy and all them. Those boys was not victims; they were known bullies. If you got children that are bullies, parents need to start teaching their kids quit fucking being bullying because one day you gonna meet your match. You can't just be bullies and think people gonna let you beat them up and then something happened. Most of the time, that's not what happens. Think about it. Wasn't last year, the year before last. It always be black and white, and it messes everything up because people can't take the race up out of it. It was a black girl and a white girl. The white girl, the same thing, a bully, but she was littler than the black girl. The white girl was suspended from school. The McCabe boys had just came from a continuation school because they ass is always fucking up. The white girl, she was suspended. She made the black girl come to where she was at because she said she just wanted to talk to her. Soon as the black girl got there, she a nerd and everything, a super nerd, got on a dress and everything. Soon as the black girl got there, she started taking off on her. It was like fight or flight at that moment. The black girl beat the shit out of her to where the white girl ended up being in ICU for like a month. Brain damage and everything, and everybody was saying that the black girl should stop. The black girl said she blacked out. She didn't even realize how mad she had got, but it was like a fight or flight thing. The girl came, fought her, and then she had to fend for her life, and she almost unalived that girl, but it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah,
and they was mad at her, the black girl's family, for putting a GoFundMe up. They got that shut down, but the white girl family was able to get over $80,000 in donations. That's what I be saying. So why can't the other person get donations? So the black girl needed donations to get a lawyer, and they took her GoFundMe down, but the white girl is the one that started it. This is the same thing with the McCaffs. They're the ones that started it, but it just ended a way that they didn't think it was going to end. But at the end, they're the ones that's being presented as a victim. They're not a fucking victim to me. That white girl that happened to that, she's not a fucking victim to me. She got to learn how to walk, do all this shit over again. Bitch, you shouldn't have been bullying people. People really need to teach their kids to quit bullying people. And then we have these kids like if you got a soft kid or something, it's so many bullies at school, and they be bullies for different things. They bully kids because the kid that they bullying got better clothes than them, or you could tell they got some money, or it be little stuff that they bully kids over, and it goes on for so long. Parents tell the teachers, they tell the districts, and nothing happens until it's too late. Like this. If those cheerleaders would have said something about them bullying them, or everybody else saying stuff about those boys bullying them, maybe it wouldn't have been that outcome. That's the thing I'm saying. I feel like everybody is a victim, not just the McCaffs. Carmelo is a victim too. Why shouldn't the family been able to have a GoFundMe? I don't understand why they shouldn't. They needed a lawyer, and they wasn't even able to touch that money until afterwards. So it's like it's not fair for both sides to me.
With the fight with the white girl and the black girl, I
Do
can
you
see
remember that?
No, I don't, but I can understand that, because when you're in a fight and your adrenaline is going, once the person is, say, knocked out, because your adrenaline is going, you might still be stomping on them or punching on them because you're in a rage at the moment and your adrenaline is still pumping and you don't realize that you went too far and now the person is in ICU. So that's a normal human reaction. But as far as Carmelo, he didn't have no rage. He didn't have time. He reacted too soon. He went from a sitting position, stood up, poked, and ran off. There was no big fight, no big commotion, no adrenaline, or time for him not to think. Like, no, he thought about it, he said it, and he followed through.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if they, because they did file an appeal.
I do think he should have got charged something like with being a minor, because minors don't think the same way that, adults do. So I think he should have got some lenience for his age. He should have also got lenience because it was his first crime. Yeah. And he should have got some lenience there. So, but it wouldn't have fit manslaughter, but I think they probably could have gave him the lesser amount of murder. I mean, M-word.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see when they do the trial over. But I feel like the trial needs to be in the county that it's supposed to be in.
And then Charleston White, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he was saying he was gonna put up $70,000 of his own money. And then he went down and had an interview with Karmelo Anthony's dad. And then he came back. He said, nope, I'm pulling it out. He said that man want nothing but money. He just wants the money. He don't want help for his son. He said, I was going to help, but after having to sit down with the dad, I'm pulling out. He didn't say what the dad said. He didn't say how the interview went. He just simply said, I was going to, but after having a meeting, I'm no longer helping.
And see, a person like Charleston White, I can't even go off of what he said. Like, if somebody else would have said that, I could have believed it. But him, I feel like he wasn't going to do that anyways. Like, let somebody else tell us that. It be certain people I can't go off of what they say because he didn't believe it in the first place. First, he didn't believe it. Then he said he did. Now he's taking it back. Like, let somebody else do it. And then he has people that's going to put up money. They have people that's going to put up money for the lawyers. I feel like the money, because I feel like a lot of people have a problem with that. That's what it is right now. It's just the money. Maybe whenever they find what lawyer they want to use for him, they can send the money directly to the lawyer to where it's not going to the family.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It could go directly to them, and whatever funds are not used can be returned back to the senders. I think that would be a fair thing because the family did have to relocate. So I don't think that was wrong for them using the funds to be able to relocate. But it was like they was not hard up for money before. If you looking at the video I showed you, they wasn't a well-off family. It wasn't like they were broke or anything. But I guess we just have to see okay, Amir, how this goes. But if that was my son, I swear on everything. If I was a juror, I ain't gonna say a son. If I was a juror, I would have said he was guilty, but it would have not been first degree. I just wouldn't. I think another reason why I see how kids are, like I said, this year I worked at a junior high. I see how these kids are firsthand. I see how they are firsthand, and I see how they treat our children compared to the other children. I see it firsthand. And they treat our children all the way different. They treat them all the way different. I had to tell one of the girls that would come into the office with me, and she's a foster child. I had to tell her, I said, I know you're not going to want to do this. I said, but anytime those girls try to get you to fight them, I said, I don't care. Come to the office. Even if you got to come tell me. You got to have a paper trail. I said, because we know that they're trying to bully you. but you and your sister is the one that's getting in trouble for defending yourself. They expelled the sister because she had on them rings, but they came up to fight her first. She always wore, like the rings that multiple fingers go on and all that. That's the jury that they wear, and they said it was a weapon. But I'm like, why didn't the other girl get expelled? She's the one who started it. So it'd be like, I see how they treat us, and it's just a worldwide thing. And I feel like they don't treat us fair. They don't treat us fair. And like I said, I see it firsthand. So if I was a juror, we would have been debating. It would have been no 3 hour us waiting to see. We would have been waiting for days because I'd have been like, no, hell no. It wouldn't have went down.
But I don't know if you've ever been on a jury or not. You don't get to put your emotions in it. They give you a piece of paper. They say, does it fit this, and
I would
that?
have said no.
And as a juror, you know that it fit the M word.
It fits it, but I don't feel like he should have got the time that he had. And that's another thing I wanted to say. Good you said that, Tiffany. I feel like more of us need to get out there and quit skipping jury duty.
Oh, yes. I do jury duty all the time. I love it. I always show up. I be looking forward to it. And yeah, girl, I love going to jury duty. Yes, I got another one.
Girl, I ain't never been in jury duty.
I've been on a jury, and my very first jury case, I was 19. And I'll tell everybody this, and nobody believes me, but I was on the jury, on the grand jury for the shooting of Biggie Smalls. And I will let you guys know that LAPD M'd Biggie Smalls, no doubt. I was on that grand jury.
Wait, that went to court?
Yes, I was on. Girl, I'll tell you about it later. I was on that grand jury, and LAPD and Ralph Perez, he was the main one. Ralph Perez and Suge Knight was best friends, and they set him up. They knew where he was going to be. All the LAPD officers that were working the club that night, they were all in on it. So when the shots went out, the car got away because they knew the car. That was they people in the car. They end up finding that car at the officer's house. Girl, it was so much evidence against it. And I was like waiting for it to come to light because I was like, I was on that jury, and it never came to light because LAPD doesn't want to admit and expose and tell the world that they were in on that Biggie Smalls shooting.
So what was the verdict in it?
The verdict was a grand jury is different than a regular jury. I don't know if you know the difference. So a regular jury is 12 of y'all, and y'all decide whether this person is guilty or not. A grand jury is when the state brings the evidence to us and say, hey, this is what we have. Do we have enough to go after this person? And then we say yes. So they brought the evidence to us. We said yes, and they never did nothing.
Oh, that's why I was like, I don't remember that going to court.
Girl, nope.
But they say that all the time. LAPD had to do something.
Oh yeah, I know for sure because I was on the grand jury.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'll be saying we need to start going to court. We got to start going to court. We can't just be complaining about stuff and we skip out on court. I was like,
and there was this one lady for the Karmelo Anthony case. She was a black woman, and she got herself dismissed because she said, I have a bias and I wouldn't be able to convict him. What she should have did is keep her mouth closed. Say, yes, I don't have no biases. Sit on that damn juror and do for our people the way that they do for their people.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of cases I wish I was on that I would have been like, oh, I'm not biased. Hell yeah, I'm biased. But I'm not going to tell you that.
Yep. That's why I said the next time they send me one, I'm up in there. Like,
yep. Show up, girl.
I'm up in there. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Tiffany, Hershey, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Nope. I think you hit it all.
Yes, and thank you for coming on because I wanted somebody to come on and talk that felt indifferent from how I felt, but I wanted us to talk and communicate like we were able to. Like, I feel like that's another thing that we can't do. Like, if you have a different opinion than somebody, you don't got to argue and fight about it. Like, you can have a conversation about it. Like, you don't have to
a healthy debate.
Yeah, like, and see how we did. We have difference of opinion, but it's okay. Hell, we wasn't on the fucking jury. It says, yep, you get no grace in school as a black kid. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling y'all, I see it firsthand, and it's so sad. It's so sad. And I work in an all-white district. I ain't gonna say what district it is. If y'all know where I work, y'all know what district I work for. It's an all-white district. It's not a lot of us there. Even some places I go, I feel unwelcomed. Hell, I ain't even gonna lie. And y'all know, I'll talk to everybody. I'll say good morning. And if I feel like their energy is off or whatever, like I'm in the nurse's office. But some of them are nice, but some of them I could tell like they don't mess with my type. Like, girl. It was one nurse that I work with, and she was like, I don't want to go back to that school no more because they seem racist. And I was like, yeah, they do. We was just talking about different schools in the district. And she was like, I said, well, she was like, well, you know, I came in with my green hair. And I said, girl, because she was like, they was looking at me. I said, do you think that they're not going to look at you? First of all, you're black. Second of all, you coming in with green hair. Like, I would look at you too. Like, don't make it seem like it's just because you black, girl. You had green hair too. Like, come on, I would look at you too. But we got to start going back to jury duty, guys. We got to go. When y'all get y'all letters in the mail, let me know so y'all can go lie if you got to, so we can get up in there. And then I want to say a positive quote. You know, I got to end it off like that. And this one has to do with Juneteenth. It says, struggle is a never-ending process. Freedom is never really won. You earn it, win it in every generation. And I do feel that every generation is a fight for us. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Make sure you like the live. And if you have not done already, subscribe to the channel. Tiffany, do you have any last words or anywhere people can see you?
No, I don't have any last words.
Oh. And we'll have Tiffany on again another time. And thank you again, Tiffany, for coming on. And thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great Juneteenth weekend.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Good night, you guys.
Good night.